You just don't want to be the girl painting the walls with diarrhea. You just don't want to do it. So hello everyone, my name is carissamcholme and welcome back to my channel. Oh yeah. By the time you are all watching this video, I will no longer be in Australia. I am currently in Vietnam on my second Contiki tour. Last year I did a European Contiki and this year I'm in Vietnam. In this week's video, I decided to share with you all my tips and tricks when it comes to going on an overseas related holiday or trip or whatever. Basically, last year when I did go overseas, I went completely solo. I went by myself, so I had no one else to rely on. Do they possibly have this in their bag? Do they have this? I might need this, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I literally had to rely on me, myself, and I. This year is a bit different. I am currently in Vietnam with Tommy, but I learned when you're overseas, you really just have to be prepared for anything. So I'm going to show with you all basically the essential items that I think everyone should really take on an overseas trip. It's just easier to have them all with you to begin with, just in case, even if you do not use any of these items, which most of them I'm sure you probably will. It's just like smarter to have them with you because you don't want to be wasting precious time on a vacation, going to a shop and then struggling to find items in a foreign place. You just don't want to do it. The first thing that I think everyone should really take with them is a pack of pocket tissues. Now you don't need this many. I probably will not use 6. I'll probably only use like 2 packets if that, but it was just cheaper for me to get a bulk buy of these. I think I got them for like $2 from Priceline or Kmart. I'm not too sure. But basically you need these in case you're on the plane, you get a runny nose or you need a sneeze, or I don't know, you're in the bush out back and you don't have a toilet anywhere and you just need to go. These are just like so convenient. They're just things that you should just have on you just in case. And if someone's like, hey, does anyone have a tissue? You can be like, yo, I got your back, mate. You can make friends. The next item that I think is essential to have on a Contiki in particular, because Contiki you do tend to be around the same people in confined spaces such as planes, trains and buses, and you're just always around people. People may come to Contiki just getting over a cold or a flu or whatever, and then you're kind of stuck in close confined areas with these people and you're just possibly gonna get sick. Let's just put it that way. And so for that reason I bring cold and flu tablets. Now I've got the Sambucol black elderberry, which is ridiculous. Like I shouldn't have even gotten flavored ones of these anyway, because they're just things that you put in your mouth, get water and swallow. Like you don't chew, there's no flavor, but I got flavored cold and flu tablets. But anyway, cold and flu tablets are really good because you don't want to be getting sick on your holiday and then have to be bedridden, especially with the flu. I just find that whenever you travel, you always get really congested and gross on an airplane especially. It's like, it must be airplane air, like the air conditioning. I don't know. It's like sickness in the aircon. So the next few items are going to be relating to sickness related medication, I guess you would say. The next one is a Diplom, which is like a step above a Strepsil. It's like sore throat lozenges, so if you've got a sore throat you just suck on this thing, but it's also got a numbing reaction. I don't know, it's got a numbing thing that like you suck on it and then your whole throat goes numb, so you don't actually feel any pain at all whatsoever. You can't feel your tongue and it's good. So you're not affected by sore throats, and I don't know, I just find sore throats the most annoying thing ever because they're the like sickness you get where you're not too sick and sick enough to stay in bed all day. You're sick enough to live a life, but you still feel like crap. So these I found have been really, really good. The next thing also, if you get sensitivity to flights or cars or seasickness, you should have some Travelcalm, which is like an anti-nauseous and travel sickness tablet. I get really sick in car rides. My last Contiki we did a few boat trips and I got a bit sick on them. I didn't actually throw up, thank God. That would have been embarrassing, but you know, I like got to the point where I was like, oh, I need to take something for this, and so I took these with me and it like made my life so much better, and I wasn't that girl throwing off the edge of a boat because nobody wants to be that girl. The next thing I've got is some Vicks. Now this one isn't too essential if you've got like the cold and flu and the sore throat lozenges, but I just find that Vicks is just something that, you know, helps you through the day. I don't actually put this on like normal people do. People tend to like rub this all over their chest. I put this on my feet and I rub it in my feet and massage it in, and then I wear socks, and I find like if I go to bed wearing that, my whole like stuffiness and congestion is gone by the morning. I don't know, it might be a mind over matter thing with me there, but every time I've done that, I've just found I'm not sick the next day. So that's a trick you might want to try yourself. The next thing I've got is some Panadol, because Panadol is good for anything. You may have a slight headache, you may have a backache from walking everywhere, you may have a stomach ache or anything ache, and Panadol is just, I don't know, such a versatile thing. It's something you should always have on you. I've got the Panadol Rapid in 10 caplets. It's probably not going to be enough for me and Tommy, but hey, what the heck. We might find some Vietnamese Panadol over there. So that's what I mean, like once you're going over to a foreign country, like we're in Vietnam as you're watching this, but we're gonna have no idea what the Vietnamese word is for Panadol or painkillers, and there's gonna be like so many people over there that don't speak English, so it's just gonna be a huge struggle. So bringing this with us, like the simplest thing of Panadol, it's probably gonna like help in so many different areas and aspects of our traveling life. The next thing that I have is something that is really helpful if you're sensitive to food, or if you're in a foreign country and you're not used to their foods at all, and it is Diarrhea Relief. This is an awkward one to talk about, but usually I actually take one of these before I even go on a long flight, just because airplane food is very iffy sometimes. And when I was 15, I went to Africa with my family and I got so sick on one of my flights. Like I had the worst stomach bug ever whatsoever, and I was just on the bathroom the whole time, and it was so embarrassing. Like I was 15. I was just like dying in the toilet, and it was even at the point where it was landing time and the stewardess was bashing on the like door and she's like, "Excuse me, miss, you need to get out." And I was like, I can't get out. But yeah, that was like the most embarrassing thing in my life, and I've never done it again. So every time I've been on a long haul flight, I've always taken one of these just in case. And basically you just don't want to be the girl or the boy that's like crapping all over the place and painting the walls with diarrhea. You just don't want to do it. No one wants diarrhea. Like, you just don't. So this is something you should take, because you can't go to another country and be like, "Excuse me, where's your chemist? Excuse me, do you have diarrhea tablets?" Because by the time you've done that, it's too late. The next thing after that I have is some band-aids, because you are traveling, you don't know what's gonna happen. You may cut your leg shaving, you may get a blister from walking everywhere because you're a tourist. Tourists tend to walk everywhere. So you've got some band-aids so you can cover it all up. Just, you know, put them in your backpack or your handbag, and you're good to go. The next thing that I have is once again a Contiki related medication. I regretted not bringing this with me my first Contiki, because I got really sick. I'm not like sick, but I got like really bad chest infection, and I was just coughing constantly, and it was like a dry cough. It almost sounded like whooping cough. Like I thought I had something wrong with me there. But because of that, I am now bringing some Durotus, which is some chesty cough medication, and it's also a nasal decongestant as well. So it's like a Vicks version of a syrup, and also a cough syrup. So it's like really versatile. The next items that I have are essential for every country really. Like you don't know where you're gonna be and if they have no soap in their toilets. So I have some antibacterial hand sanitizer, that's what it's called. I found so many places in Europe were just a bit on the iffy side. Like you had to pay to go to their bathrooms there, and then they didn't always have soap. And then places in general, you might have been on a park bench and touched something really dirty. You've just got some antibacterial sanitizer that you can wash it all off and then not have to worry about what you're putting in your mouth or on your face or anywhere on your body. The next thing that I have is some baby wipes. Say you've gone to a backpackers or I don't know, a really dodgy hotel and their shower doesn't work, or you just don't want to go in their shower because it's so disgusting. You got some baby wipes, so you can have like a poor man's shower. You can like wash your whole body with it, get in the areas that really require attention, and you're good to go for like maybe a day or so. I wouldn't push it past the day or so relying on baby wipes to be your shower, because it's probably not the best idea. The next thing that I have is some tropical strength insect repellent spray. Now I'm having this because every country has mosquitoes, every country has flies. Google doesn't go, yes, there is like 120 mosquitoes outside of this cabin at nightfall on the 3rd of January. Google does not tell you that. So I'm bringing this just in case. Okie dokie. After that, I have 2 plastic bags. Now you can get them from anywhere. I got this one from Kmart, this from Coles, and I'm using these for either wet clothing, or I'll put some dirty shoes in that so I don't get the rest of my like clean clothes dirty from that. And then also once I get dirty clothes, I'll put them in like another one. I'm probably going to have like 4 of these in general, or probably more because I've got Tommy as well. And basically it's just for wet clothes, dirty clothes, shoes, and just stuff that you don't want to get throughout your whole suitcase or stink and ruin your suitcase with. After that, I've got some Hydrolite, which is a electrolyte tablet. I had to like read what that is. I'm like, what is this? But basically we are going overseas. There's a high chance we're gonna get drunk one night and have a few drinks and have some fun. And so the next day, because it is a Contiki tour and it's like moving every single day, like you're doing something, there's constantly something going on, I brought some electrolyte because it's going to hopefully help prevent or treat the hangover that we may get. After that, I have a, can you see this? It's like a $2 tote bag from Kmart. It's just got a little fox on it, but basically this is like a beach bag towel carrier thing. Because we are going to Vietnam, we are going places where we're going to swim, you need to have a beach bag so you can put your towel in it, some sunscreen, you know, a change of clothes. You don't have to bring your main bag with you to the beach because that's like going to risk getting it stolen. And if all the stuff that I have in this bag, I probably won't care if it gets stolen. Like if someone takes it, I'll be like, enjoy, I hope it benefits you because you obviously clearly needed my fox bag and my towel and sunscreen. And last but not least, this is probably the most important thing that I can tell you to bring on an overseas trip, on a Contiki, on anything. But basically it is a adapter. Basically you have this end here which you can connect into your international converter, whatever, and then you can shove that into the wall and you can charge and use so many appliances at once. You don't need to buy so many different converters. You might even have a hotel that has even one adapter and you may have 2 or 3 people in that room and then it's like one person doing a thing at a time. But if you have one of these, you can have 4 different items going. You can have your laptop charging, your camera charging, your hairdryer going, and your phone charging, or you can share it around with other people. And when I brought that, everyone I was in a room with last year on my Contiki, we just used one adapter and everyone shared this. Like it was such a lifesaver. Like I cannot stress how important that is. That is all of the tips and tricks that I can say that you need to bring with you on an international holiday, on a Contiki, on anything. Let me know down below in the comments if you've got any other things that you would like to share with everyone that you think is a good thing to bring, like it helps you along or whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will probably see you when I get back to Australia. Goodbye.